Morning again, guys. So today, well, it's not morning technically, but whatever. Today we're going to do upper body, and I'm going to show you a couple of ways that you can train your back without things like a pull-up bar or bands and whatnot. I have to say though, like today's probably a bit more intense again than Monday, simply because it's much easier to target pushing muscles and, well, not necessarily pulling muscles, but your upper body isn't going to handle as much volume as what your lower body can and will. So I have included a couple of regressions here so that if some of the exercises are too hard for you, you can easily pull them back. Same as yesterday, we're going to do 2 sets of everything, and we've got 6 working exercises and 1 warm-up. So I'm just going to take you through, hey kitty, just going to take you through the warm-up. So just giving a bit of background about why we're going to do this. Basically, we want to get your external rotators warmed up as best we can. So what that means is any exercise in which you do that sort of motion, dragging the arm away from the body or rotating externally, uses the supraspinatus and teres minor, and those 2 muscles are really important for keeping a healthy shoulder, as well as helping your shoulders to be positioned directly in the ball and socket joint of the shoulder. So same as when we do external rotation stuff for the hips to help joint stability. Kitty, stop it. We're going to do the same for your upper body now. So sorry about that, the cat is attacking my phone right now. Stop it. Okay, so you're just going to lie face down on the ground, arms out. Kitty. Sorry. So you're going to lie face down on the ground with your arms straight out to your side. Make sure your forehead is on the floor. And then you're going to do 20 reps where you're literally just taking your arms up off the floor. I'm going to take a different angle just so you can see me a bit better. Kitty. Head down, and then just 20 reps taking your arms up off the ground. Don't overcomplicate it. You're not trying to pull your shoulder blades together or anything like that. You're just literally taking your arms up off the floor. 6, 5, 4, 2, 1, and then take your palms down to your side. So you're going to start your first set with your palms facing to the ground. Head down and do 10 reps, just taking your arms up off the floor. And then next set, turn your palms up to the ceiling and do another 10 reps. Cool, so that's the first set of the warm-up. We don't really need to rest that long. It's not that intense, obviously, so we're going to go through another round. So 20 reps, arms straight out by your side. And you're just literally lifting your arm up off the floor. Nothing too intense here. Good. You should feel this basically on the back of the shoulder. And then 10 reps with your hands facing down. Mm-hmm. 10 reps, palms facing up. Cool, so that's the warm-up done. Hey kitty. So next part, you're going to need slippery floor and something to put under your knees, or your feet as we go along. So I've got my trusty Opus hoodie that's like 20 years old. Pop it underneath your knees. Then the first exercise we're doing is basically like kind of like a wide grip pull down, but you're going obviously vertically along the floor. You're not pulling yourself up, obviously. Duh. Go into a nice straight line, so you don't want your hips pushed up, like don't have your ass in the air and don't have your butt really down low either. You want that midline where you're in a straight line from shoulder, hip to knees. Take quite a wide grip. Slide yourself back. And then using a sort of a wide grip pull down motion, you're going to pull yourself back up to the start where your hands would be if you were doing a push-up. Really pulling your shoulder blades down together and squeezing your elbows towards the midline of your back. So you're kind of trying to drive your elbows into the center of your body. So that's the first exercise. Now we're going to go to where you're going to put the whatever it is you're using on the floor under your feet. And we're going to go into a push-up position, a plank position. And you're going to push yourself back and then pull forward again. So these are called plank body saws. Really driving your elbows down and shoulders down as well. If that is really challenging for you, just go into a normal plank, hold it for about 20 seconds. So the last part of the first try set is just push-ups. So I wanted to cover push-ups in a bit more detail just so that I can guide you through correct hand positioning, correct hip positioning. I want to show you guys as well what a really shitty push-up looks like, because I see it all too often, unfortunately. So I'll just go side on so you can see a bit better. I like to call this the boomer push-up because I see a lot of middle-aged women doing them like this. No disrespect, but now that I've mentioned it, I think you'll probably notice it a lot more too. So say you're on your knees. If you stick your butt up in the air and then do your push-up like this, what's happening here is there's no core engagement. I'm not putting any of my body weight onto my chest. I'm actually just putting it onto my front delts alone. So what I need you guys to do is, if you're doing your push-ups on your knees, which is totally fine, make sure you've got a straight line, shoulders, hips to knees. And as you go down, the whole body goes down to the floor, and there's not that discrepancy with having your butt sticking up in the air. So that would be a basic knee-based push-up. If you go to your hands, your feet, or regardless if you go to your feet or your knees, there's a couple of other tips for push-ups that I want to take you through. And the first one is that external rotation. So the muscles that we warmed up first head, I want you to be thinking when you're doing your push-up of twisting your elbows behind you. So it's like kind of like if you were breaking a barbell. Think of that sort of motion, like what you would do to break a stick or a barbell underneath your hands. Then as you go down, shoulder blades come progressively together, and then you push yourself away from the floor as hard as you can at the top, constantly keeping that rotation happening. And the shoulder blades are moving the entire time, coming down and together, and then pushing apart at the top. So that would be the knee and foot. Anyway, that would be the first sort of options that you've got for push-ups. The second round of those 3 exercises, I'm going to show you an advanced version for those of you who are a little bit stronger and need a bit more challenge. So let's go back through the first round. We'll do 10 reps of everything. So starting with your bit of material or whatever it is under your knees, hands in a push-up position, and then sliding back, and then pulling your elbows to the center of your back. It's 10 reps. Then take the piece of material down to your feet, elbows onto the floor, 10 reps of the planks. Again, keeping your hips in the same line as your shoulders. Okay, 10 reps. So, as I mentioned, there is an intensifier for the push-ups, and that's called plyometric push-ups. So, push-ups on your toes. As you go down, you're gonna basically do a jumping jack through your lower body. So, as my chest gets to the floor, my feet go out. Alright, that's the first part. As you can tell, pretty challenging on a cardio level as well. So that's a really good way to get some conditioning work into your workout as well as strength-based work. So guys, I'm just going to check the next round of exercises. Okay, so the next round is pretty challenging, but of course I've done it that way deliberately. What we've got to go through are close grip one arm pull-ins, pike push-ups, and then slider pike. So you are going to need, you know, a piece of material for this for every exercise except for the second. So what I'll get you to do is pop it under one hand, and then what you're going to go into basically is a one arm push-up position, but you're going to be down here and slide in the other arm. Ten reps on each side. So as you can see, if I'm sliding with my left hand, I'm in a close grip position with my head just above the ground on the right side. So 10 reps here. Okay, 10 reps each side. Next exercise is a pike push-up. So, these are pretty fucked. There isn't really a regression for these unless you bend your knees, so I'll show you that. But either way you go about it, it's pretty challenging. So, you want to turn your palms in, so your palms are sort of facing each other. And then lift your butt up in the air, straighten your legs, and then try to go down by pushing your elbows out to the side and touching your head to the floor. If that's too hard, guys, you can bend your knees and take a bit of weight off. Okay, so that's pike push-ups. Last thing on this tri-set is slider pikes. So we're going to basically pop the material or whatever it is that you have underneath your feet, go back into that push-up position, and then pull your knees right under your chest. And as you can see here, I've got quite a rounded back. You really do want that rounded back position in order to isolate the lower abdominals. So that's round 1. We've got one more round to go. As you can tell, guys, sorry, my cat's attacking the phone again. As you can tell, this is a pretty advanced workout with the intensifiers added. And given that you're not really resting between exercises, it is going to give you a bit of cardio as well. So I wrote this whole post yesterday about if you can add muscle or maintain muscle, during lockdown with minimal equipment. This style of exercise is really going to help you to maintain. If you're a bit more advanced, then increase the sets. Instead of doing 2, do 3. Instead of doing 8 or 10 reps, do 12. My cat's just licked its anus in the background. Thank you for that, Hermes. That's great. So please note that this can be completely individualized. You can make it easier, you can make it harder. But the most important thing is if you have a goal, you need to manipulate the variables accordingly if you still want to make progress. What are you doing? All right, let's do the last round. Kitty, I need to be there. You have to move. Move, please, Kitty. Move. Alright, I'm going to try to do this around my cat. So, alright, round number 2. 10 reps on each side. Stop it. I'm going to start with the slider pull-ins. Then go to the other side. Those are pretty fucked, not gonna lie. Probably the hardest exercise of the workout. Okay, pike push-ups, 10 reps. Last one. Pop the material under your feet, push up position, and coming under. Okay, all done. So thank you guys for watching. I'll do another workout on Friday, which will be a full body workout, so different exercises again to those we've used so far this week. We'll do a few different back exercises, a few different leg ones as well, so I'm trying to give you guys an idea of the variety of shit that you can do with that equipment. I'm gonna call it a day there. I'll see you guys hopefully back in the gym in a couple of weeks. At most, hopefully we're not going into a massive long lockdown again. But anyway, I'm going to go and I'll see you on Friday.